While addressing the Senate recently, Minister of Tourism and Aviation, the Honorable Vincent Vanderpool Wallace, pointed out that on many days it is more expensive to travel from New York to Paris or Rome than it is to travel from New York to a family island in the Bahamas. He says that the Ministry of Tourism and Aviation is now addressing this problem on many different fronts and is creating a central aviation regime that will ensure that private airline companies can function effectively in an integrated system.
In order for us to begin to fix this air transportation system, we need to make sure that the central hub, which is going to be Lynden Pinling International Airport, is going to be in full form, because large numbers of people will now come into that airport for onward connections to other islands once we put the central reservation system in place. And by the way, when we start talking about the existing air carriers in the Bahamas, it's very important for everybody to understand what our intent is to integrate these carriers into the central system. The best analogy I can give is the analogy that exists with American Airlines and American Eagle. All American Eagle is a separate company that's integrated into the big company coming into the hub to get people onto these onward connections. And if you notice, all of the aircraft are painted in all the same colors, so the customer has the confidence that it's the same thing. We've already spoken to a number of the local carriers in the Bahamas. They have no objection to that. They'd be delighted to be integrated into a full system, so they're carrying more people and take reservations from afar. So there is no doubt that having these kinds of systems in place is going to be very, very important.
Starting July 1st, 2009, the Bahamas government is removing taxes on one-way tickets from New York to Grand Bahama and on round-trip tickets from Orlando and Fort Lauderdale as well. The tourism minister also talks about the newest Ministry of Tourism incentive, Club Grand Bahama.
Club Grand Bahama is a concept that's happening in Grand Bahama. It's something where the first customers already arrived. Club Grand Bahama is a concept that doesn't exist anywhere. There's an all-inclusive that's not in the same place. You go and stay one place, you have your meals someplace else, you have your entertainment someplace else, all working with a swipe card and a local company, the Mango card, that we're working on to be able to do this. We created it. And the whole idea is to test it in Grand Bahama and bring it to the other islands.
The Minister of Tourism says that the biggest fair in our region is not the opening up of Cuba, it is the opening up of the Bahamas. He says that if we ever open ourselves up to who we really are in terms of the variety of destinations that we have, it will be extraordinary.
What I did was to superimpose what people think is the Caribbean on the islands of the Bahamas. Let people understand that the Bahamas, in terms of size, is as big as the Caribbean. In terms of number of islands, we have more. Many of our islands are larger than some of the countries of the Caribbean. It is us that have not let the world know this. And when we let the world know this, all of a sudden we're going to find ourselves in a much better situation.
For the Tourism Today Network, I'm Gina Rogers-Seeley.